Oh,
Hello.
how are you, man?
I'm all right. I'm just finishing off my emails.
Oh, yeah.
Thought I'd make use of the time. There you go.
I'll keep going, mate. Don't worry. I was just finishing off my dinner.
Well, I know I finished mine at 7:30.
Did you?
So yeah, don't worry. Here we go.
You're more organised.
The last one. I'm all yours.
Well, yeah. So, are you in Manchester?
Yeah, I live just outside in a place called Alderley Edge.
Oh, yeah. Of course, right.
Where all the football.
Jaz is in Mexico City, right? So
lucky boy.
Well, yeah, I know. He's presumably not.
Yeah, been there a while, hasn't he?
Yeah, he gets about, doesn't he? I mean, he's got a place in New Zealand, like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, he's been there for years on an island just off. Yeah, he used to tell me he used to row in, which sounded very nice, and grow dope on the beach and shit like that.
Right. Well, he told me that
it sounded quite blissful.
Well,
that was a long
he told me that he would get on his land. I saw him at the end of a tour, and he said, "I'm going to get on my land. I'm going to take all my clothes off, cover myself in mud and shit, and run around screaming."
Well, I suppose that's the no change there. It just sounds like a normal killing joke tour, that, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
To say the least. Yeah, and I see you've got pictures of your kids in the background, have you? Like me.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Unfortunately, I only get to see them half the time. But it means you can get some shit done.
Well, let's hope so. Are you recording this to broadcast or?
Well, no, it's the management asked me to do it, and I'm recording the Zoom, and somehow I'll send it to them, I guess.
Oh right, I thought
they're going to use it as promotional material, I guess.
Yeah. Why not? I think I might go for better lighting.
In that case. Get the spinach out your teeth. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I'll turn this one off.
Moody. Yeah, a bit of shine.
I'm trying to make me look younger.
Yeah.
Fuck, nothing
that's
works.
Nice. Yeah. Softer. Yeah.
Don't be buttering me up now.
Yeah, well,
nothing works once you get
arguably my job. Arguably my job. There we are. Yeah, I've interviewed you a bunch of times. I did. Well, the last one was when the Hacienda book came out.
Wow.
But then I also did a couple of New Order interviews, and I remember the first one, which was that Waiting for the Sirens Call, maybe that one.
Oh my god.
And I think that was a friend of mine was over from Paris, and I was absolutely so hungover because I'd been out with him the night before.
Well, I tell you what, on that occasion, you might have been in very good company.
It was the first one I'd ever, and I was the first one in the morning, and I thought, fuck, how am I going to get through this? These incredibly serious northern. And yeah, of course, you'd been out with Primal Scream, and you were all absolutely fucked.
That was when I used to have to lie in interviews.
Yeah, so.
Hey, what a good time I was having.
Here we go.
Wow, Jazz has changed.
New hair.
Yeah, and certainly for the better. Hello.
Hello. There's coming.
Aha.
Hang on, I can't see my head.
Can't see my head. What an opening line. What an opening line.
Hey, say hello to the missus. This is my wife, Raquel. This is
Raquel.
Hello, and this is Mr. Perry over here.
Nice.
Hello.
So it's so hot out here. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, stop bragging.
Oh, fuck off.
If I'd known it was going to be like this, I wouldn't have bothered.
So how's it in Manchester, Peter?
I'm just outside, Jazz, in a place called Alderley Edge.
Oh, I know. Your son told me. He said Dad lives in where all the footballers live, in a sort of compound area. Is this true?
Yeah, but I was here first. They followed me, mate. I didn't follow them, because if you saw my footballing skills, you'll know.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we don't do that. So look, Peter, there's one thing we've all been like talking about you actually, and we all go. We know he went to Alcoholics Anonymous after like how should we say a lively time.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you do with your day if you don't drink? Yeah, what do you do? Read the fucking Bible or what? And have a cup of tea. I mean, what
Well,
do
do
you
you
do?
know what? You know, the interesting thing is,
Because I know you.
yes, I know you do. Maybe you thought you knew me, but there's one thing I can definitely say after 15 years sober, I don't miss it. And that
I fucking don't miss it. Me, I'm 16 years. But you know
what?
The difference between you and me is you went to AA. Like, I call Alcoholics Anonymous like the Steve Jones fucking sex club, right?
Do you want me to tell you though?
Alcoholics Anonymous is for like where people who are sex addicts go to pick up young ladies who've got low self-esteem. Is that right?
Well, yeah, but should I tell you how long I lasted at Alcoholics Anonymous?
How long did you last?
I lasted about 3 weeks.
Oh, fuck.
But it was the biggest pile of bullshit I'd ever heard in my life.
Crap. I'm glad you didn't go.
It drove me insane. You see, the strange thing is that, you know, all that thing about 90 days and you have to devote your life to it. And I was just thinking, fucking hell, I was just free for the first time in my life.
I agree with you.
What I want to do is devote my time to you, boring bastards. Yeah. And it was the end. I just couldn't hack it. I really couldn't hack it. He
had his own office in the Hacienda. I went there. I experienced it. Right? Downstairs, I can't even. I'm not even going to tell you what went on down there because it's like classified, right?
They were great days, mate. You know, the one thing I don't regret anything. Yeah, because it's turned me into the person I am today. And I'm sure that you'd say the same thing, wouldn't you?
Yeah, listen, I'd be dead. I'd be dead now.
I'd be dead too. Without my wife, I'd be dead, yeah.
No, I'd really be dead. I was that close. My cholesterol was so off the graph. That's why I stopped drinking. I was having a great time, but everybody else was having a problem.
With you.
Yeah, exactly. So then I stopped 16 years ago. And what I did was an oath. I took a fucking oath, like, it's death if I ever fucking break it. And I took the oath, and that's it. I go to pubs. I love pubs. I love going to places where people smoke, drink, and everything, all this. But I just don't partake myself.
Same here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you know what? It takes you a long time to get used to it, right? And the thing that used to freak me out was my friends. I could watch anybody else in the world do anything in the world, but I couldn't watch my friends because they were the ones that brought it home. But it took me about 4 years to get over that, and then it was fine. And you know, the oddest thing is that I am so busy, but you know, there are certain things with sobriety that you do have to watch out for. You always want to be as good.
Booze was later in life for me, you know.
Same for me. 48, I was. Yeah, 48.
I didn't start drinking till late. I was in my 20s. Killing Jokes are like a cup of tea and a joint band. We never did the fucking booze and the heavy drugs and stuff like that. We did coke a bit later on with you. You forced us into it.
He's blaming me here.
You've done that.
Outrageous.
It's an innocent like me. I don't know if you should have done that, right? Hey. I still do the spliff every now and then, as you can see.
I can see that.
Yeah,
are you having a good time in Mexico?
A fucking great time. I mean, the weather's so hot now. I mean, I've just woken up. Yeah,
wonderful place.
I love it. See, I don't like bad weather. 10 miles of grey cloud above my head. I couldn't do what you do.
Oh, have you moved?
What, live here?
I fucking couldn't live in the UK ever. No.
Have you relocated to Mexico?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, but you know me, I'm a nomad. Like, I've got a place in New Zealand. I'm getting a place in Canaries, and like I like permanent blue sky all the time. That's it. So as soon as it gets cold somewhere, I'm off. Yeah? And all this lockdown, I've got the perfect place. Mexico's great, yeah. But you know, I don't know where I'm going to be next with the missus. We're moving out of here. I think we go to Canaries next, and then we just keep moving.
Are you trying to tell us that as soon as we go off, you'll be putting on a Hawaiian shirt?
Oh, yeah.
And getting out there.
That's good. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm into it, Peter. Now, look, the thing that we've got to do is we've got to organise like where we're going to write and record in exotic places.
Well, I mean, that's fine. You know, it's quite interesting, isn't it, that everybody and most people think that we've just done this. You know that?
I know.
Yeah.
I tried to frame it that way, and it works. It works, you know. Yeah. I did try and frame it that way because, like, Remembrance Day is the ultimate COVID song.
Well, I mean, yeah, sadly, and you did make the ultimate video to go with it. I have to say.
So I whacked it out there, and so many people around me have died. I've just found another two people, mates.
The same here, mate. It's been absolutely terrifying. It really has.
Have you got? How are you dropping off, like dying around you?
Yes, I've lost a few people, I must admit. I mean, it's quite strange though, because the thing is that there's been so many deaths, and you can't go to the funeral. You can't pay your respects, which is the
my uncle, oh my God, yeah, so many people. Andy Gill.
I know. Believe me, there was a lot in Manchester. We've lost a lot.
Andy Gill was the first guy to get COVID in the UK. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the first guy to die of COVID in the UK. Andy
Such a nice bloke.
Remember last time we saw him?
Yeah. He was on that
yesterday, isn't it?
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
How are you actually saying the name of the band?
Well, I call it Killing Division.
All right.
See, I'm not allowed by the other members of.
Oh, sorry, I made a mistake then.
No, that's okay to use the word.
I don't think much of your ex-band members anyway, so they can fuck themselves.
And well, it's you know, that's life. Hey, listen, come on, you've got to Jesus. If anyone mentions Raven, then we're out of here, aren't we?
I love my Raven.
Like a bird. So yeah, I mean, it was, you know, do you know what? I think it actually looks really well. I think that really does look well.
What does?
The K division, the sleeve.
Oh no, it's amazing.
It's really good.
I can't believe it.
You know, this has been quite lucky, hasn't it? Where did you find the cassette? You must tell me.
No, I tell you what, I was doing it in store. I was doing it in store in Oxford Circus or somewhere around there. Just before 3 months before the COVID thing hit in, and one of EG Records, our first label, was queuing up waiting for his records to be signed. He goes, "Hey, I found this. It's fucking brilliant." I went, "Oh, fuck!" Yeah, and that's what happened. So it was just.
Do you know what is
wild? From the record label, he added that, and he just said, "I think you better listen to this. I saved it for you."
Wow. I mean, you know, the weirdest thing is that I had a collection, as you probably remember, of about 600 cassettes. Yeah. Now, when I came to do them for the New Order auction, I thought, and I was so hoping I would find, because we did 8 tracks, didn't we?
Yeah.
You know, 8 tracks. And I've been through the whole of those 600.
I can't remember.
Well, there you go. We did 8 tracks. And I've listened literally to 600 of my cassettes, 200 of them with nothing written on. And it was no mean feat because the cassettes are so bloody long.
Did you find any of these recordings?
No, and I was convinced I would find it. And a lot of friends of mine that I've played it to over the years have said to me.
You got a cassette of it. You had a cassette of it, did you?
I had a cassette for years, yeah.
And then you lost the cassette.
Yeah, and it went. And the funny thing is that what really sort of pissed me off when I thought about it was that when the studio closed, the tapes, the 24 tracks were still in the studio.
And you left it there?
Well, no, I mean, I left it there, but when the guy got rid of the studio, you think he was my mate. You think he would have said, "Oh, these are your tapes." Well,
we got there in the end, and it came out at the right time.
Yeah, it did actually.
It makes you think about the whole synchronicity thing. And, you know, Elon Musk, he goes on about, what does he call it? He calls it entropic reduction, which is basically everything is pre-programmed. This is a simulation, right? You know, I don't go along with this fucking crap. I mean,
what are you reading it for then?
if it's a simulation, why is it so fucking shit? Hey, no, I don't buy that at all. These new ideas that are coming out with the world's changed, Peter, hasn't it?
Well, you know what? The nicest thing is that me and you are still here. Do you know what I mean? And it looks like you're having a good time.
I'm having a great time.
I'm having a good time. So there you go. I mean, you know, the thing is that when you consider our place in history and of music, the pair of us, the fact that we started out together as Joy Division.
Yeah.
How ironic is this? Fighting for the top slot on all those gigs, all that wonderful rivalry and competition that we had at those gigs that made for a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere, didn't it? I mean, we were literally prepared to rip each other apart at those gigs, weren't we? For the top spot and for the bit of going down. There you go, see there. And how
there it is.
So this, we're talking, for those people watching who don't know, this is presumably when you guys met, right? Is in 1980, February 1980.
We met before that gig. The first
we met a long time before that gig.
Oh, did you?
It was a really weird Emil Hempstead, was it?
Yeah. No, it was no. Wait a minute. It's coming to me now. It's where Big Paul's from. Where's that fucking horrible town just outside of
Birmingham.
London? It'll come to me in a minute. But
High
no,
Wycombe?
High Wycombe. That's it. It was High Wycombe. We played there. We played at and the University College in London. There's a lot of gigs. You know what I mean?
Sorry.
University College in London.
Yes. Yeah. I remember. We did a series, didn't we? We did about 4 or 5.
That's the only time I saw Ian Curtis smile in my life. Because youth, you see the prick, he's playing on stage and it's getting a bit hot. He's got a 3-piece suit on. So he tries to take his suit off without taking his bass off. And he gets stuck. He's like this. He's stuck. He's going, Jazz, give us a hand. So I give him a fucking tug, you know. And he got even more stuck. And I remember Ian Curtis on the side of the stage laughing. And we just left him like that. Youth was going, you can't go and fix me like. And we just left him like that. And everyone, all the audience was laughing. I remember that. And it was the only time I saw Ian Curtis like smile and actually laugh his head off.
Do you know what? The truth was, he was a really funny guy.
Was he?
Don't forget, by that time he was really ill.
Was he ill?
Yeah, his epilepsy was driving him insane.
Oh yeah, the epilepsy. Of course it was. Yeah.
Really badly, and it was wearing him out. You know, all the things that epilepsy does to people that I didn't realise then. I have to say, but you know, over the years, I've got to realise. And basically, bleeding helmet, he had nothing to smile about, which was the saddest thing in the world. But as in a true tradition, he worked his dogs off, carried on, never let it affect him performance-wise, and until it knocked him down. You know.
Actually, so, I can remember some of those gigs that we did together, and I used to sit through your gigs and sometimes it looks like he was having an epileptic fit on stage. Yeah. When he was getting into it, he looked like he was losing the plot.
That was the strangest thing, wasn't it? That he used to do that before he got epilepsy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it suddenly, in a weird way, it became like it was part of the show, and people used to accuse him of putting it on. But I mean, every time they flashed the lights, he would go off into a trance first of all, and then he'd go into an epileptic bit. Yeah, but you know, I mean, it's quite very well documented.
I pay good money to get that state. Hey, myself, I pay.
Over the years, both of us have.
It was an investment, in the business. We'll look at it that way.
Yeah.
So I was reading here, Jazz, in some of the stuff you were writing. You talk about in the liner notes for the wonderful record. You see that there was a common bond between the band, even though there was competitiveness.
Yeah, because
we were kind of shared like a mysticism.
Yeah, because like if I look back at the whole fucking punk thing, you got the first manufactured wave by McLaren with, you know, Clash, Pistols, and the rest of it. Damned. And then like Bob Marley came over and he did Punky Reggae Party, that single. And then like you started to hear like reggae bass lines merging with the punk thing. And then the third wave was Killing Joke and Joy Division, where a kind of weird mysticism came into a gloom. It was post-punk, definitely. It was punk is over.
See, I prefer to think of it as a mystery as opposed to a gloom.
Yeah, it was definitely the mysticism came.
I mean, I never, you know, for us both to be labelled like that, right? Whenever I saw you lot, it never used to make me feel miserable in any way.
No, it lifted us up.
And it was very exciting. It was, you know, it was great music, right? And it's the same thing that I found with Joy Division. When everyone used to say how dour we were and how miserable, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, were they at a gig? Because it wasn't like that. Joy Division live were fucking, I thought, were magnificently exciting.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I thought you were, you know,
and that
your
parents say,
held no. It was, I found it an intensely exciting time.
Yeah, me too.
We had some great groups.
You play it to your parents and they go, oh, I took it off, it was too depressing.
Well, that should never change, should it? If you're going to be approved by your parents, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But Hooky, you would repeatedly be in Killing Joke's dressing room, I read.
You know, look, he came in our dressing room. The other lot in the band, they never used to talk to us. It's only Hooky.
No, it's true, that, isn't it?
Right. I mean, there was you felt a kinship.
Yeah,
I know. I'd found my my guitar hero in Geordie, and I just wanted to be with him.
What are we going to do about him? Hey, listen, he's just such a genius. I get Page and all these other master guitarists always asking about Geordie, because Geordie can do, his rhythm is impeccable. I've seen him play jam with Jimmy Page, and Geordie's rhythm is fucking impeccable. But he can not only do the rhythm, he'll do the rhythm and then he'll do these resonant chords over the rhythm. So he's like two guitarists and sometimes three.
But he's so cool though, isn't it? I mean, it's
what you're gonna get.
The facial
expression. Mad as a fucker. He's mad.
Yeah, I know that, and let's hope.
I'm the only one I can talk to him. Look, there's 42 years. Peter and me, you know, this year, I've got to remind you, this is the 50th anniversary of the Doors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Killing Joke and Joy Division, we're only fucking 8 years behind the Doors, eh?
Yeah, it's true. we were Can you imagine if that fucker had lived, what company and what nights out we could have had there? Do you remember that time you played in the Academy and you were staying at that hotel nearby and I ended up back at the hotel with you?
Oh, yes.
You remember? And Geordie said, I bet I can get that girl out of a dress. Do you remember that?
No. And
he tried a dress on.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, oh, that's just normal. Geordie.
Not for me, it wasn't.
No, but
and I was thinking, how the hell is he going to do it? And he just went in the bathroom and came out with
I saw that. He's very proud of his legs, Geordie. He takes photographs of his legs and he goes, who do you think those? Do you like those? And someone will go, yeah, well, they're nice, yeah. And they go, they're mine. Like this. He's one of those. No, he likes dresses and stuff like that.
I made my excuses and left, Andrew.
Yeah. So, but, yeah. Nevertheless, you maintained an acquaintance.
Yeah, always. I'd go down to every gig. I used to carry the equipment in and out for him. Never mind.
Yeah.
Blackburn, when I came down to see you and the roadies. And that bloody stupid mixing desk you had, the Valve mixing desk. I bet we played. You took it on tour with you.
Oh yeah,
a Valve mixing desk that took 12 people to lift up. Yeah, and for some insane reason, I didn't see you there.
The reason why we do these things, right? We used to have a flight case, and it was full of bricks. And we used to keep a packet of like Rizzler papers in it. And we used to keep that just for the American like roadies. So they'd have to take it up fucking stairs and bring it down, all that. And we take the cigarette papers out, you know? And all that is because when we didn't like certain road crews, we just take the biggest equipment and
no, mate, that sounded magnificent. I've never heard a warmth And
if we played Manchester, if Hooky wasn't there, I used to take it like it was like an offence for me.
You did. I remember. Yeah. He used to be like that. We're waiting for the drug dealer, waiting for me to drop in with all the fucking drugs. No, but I mean, it was interesting because it took us a long time, didn't it, to work together? Yeah. And without that thing in Cologne.
So this was Connie Plank.
That was the fucking wildest thing. Hey, was that a laugh or something?
That was nuts.
See, Connie Plank, the famous producer who put Kraftwerk together, when he died, he had a horrible wife, right? So he did all his he knew he was going to go. So he did all his will. And it was an amazing will. I'm going to tell you about this will there. But part of his will was when he died, he wanted to get all his favourite musicians together in about 8 studios crammed into a cinema. And he wanted them all to jam together. And he even arranged everything down to the last detail of any drug they wanted. I'm not even going to go into the rest of it. But and he walks in and they would take a Polaroid. You could see everybody else who was there. And it was the creme de la creme. There's Kraftwerk, there's a Cannes person there. Everybody who was part of the German scene was there. I think it was just us. We were the only Brits that were there.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know you two were doing it until I got there. Yeah. And I was so nervous. And
it was fucking hysterical, right?
Yeah.
They nervous as well.
I hadn't seen Geordie for 2 years, which is a long time for me and him. And because I was living in New Zealand at that time.
Yeah, he was in America, wasn't he then?
Yeah, so I flew to Heathrow and I met Geordie in the bar at fucking Heathrow and we got fucking shit-faced. We got so shit-faced that they were not going to let us on the Lufthansa flight. Anyway, we got to the studio and we got there and Geordie's lying on a kind of a beanbag. I remember the moment. And there's kind of cameras everywhere and they're focusing on Andy Gill and he's doing some interview. And I remember Geordie going, he's so drunk and he's got a bottle of vodka. He's going, "Shut the fuck up, Andy." He's going, "Shut the fuck up."
Well, we weren't the only 3 Brits there.
And the cameras come around to Walker.
Yeah, we don't count in as...
and he gets up to speak and he drops the fucking vodka bottle, slips up and on his arse into the fucking pool of vodka. And at that moment, Hooky turns up. He goes, "Oh, all right, lads, you've started without me, I can see." Like, it's like that. 3 days of fucking mayhem.
It was great, wasn't it? It was really wild. But you know, the weird thing is...
Censored.
He's
censored.
No, to say that. He never did anything with the tapes, did he?
He's really bitter about all that. I'm actually, I don't know what went down, but they're putting a second video out of you and us playing Ghost.
I didn't know that. Are you in touch with them then?
Yeah, we got in touch. We're finally getting the tapes together, and they're putting it together. Oh, and so we'll have a video of Ghost, us actually playing Ghost, and we'll overdub the fucking the other version over it.
So after all this time, not only have we found the tape, they found the tapes as well. Oh my God! What next?
I know. What next?
A film, right? It was meant to be a film.
You know what? We were so pissed we didn't have a fucking clue what was going on.
Did you ever see it?
No, I never saw it. No.
Well, Andy Gill saw it. Said it was us lot were the best thing on the whole thing. And he said it was amazing. Do you remember we got thousands of candles? Do you remember we put them out?
Yeah, in the room, because I mean that was what you used to do in your dressing room anyway.
Yeah, that's right. We shrine it up because we don't like seeing the graffiti in the dressing room, so we always have a shrine.
It was nice actually. I must admit, every time I walked in it, I thought, "Oh, this is nice."
Yeah, you walk in, it's like a bedroom tent.
Still took the piss out of you, but it was nice. Yeah. So no, have you got a copy of that film then? I'd love to see it.
Yeah, we just received it, so we're putting that together. I've never seen it. I don't know whether we should. Maybe we should, but there's some bad behaviour on there. I can tell you that now.
I've listened. Me and you have been sober long enough to earn
16
any
years.
bad behaviour we watch.
You know, I never thought you could party without booze. You see, this is the thing that was stuck in my head. I thought, oh, the parties are all over. It's bullshit.
No, I mean, you know, the thing that I found is that I just presumed everybody was pissed. Right. Yeah. And then when I got sober, I realised that most people were sober.
Yeah, but it was
just me.
booze and cocaine.
Oh no, don't.
Oh, don't
I thought
lie.
we weren't doing
No,
this.
we're
Those
fucking-
were bad old days, and they're gone now. Have you got children?
Children, I got grandchildren.
Right, same here.
What?
So this is what we don't want to upset them, do we?
Oh, I think they've got an idea what we're like.
I think we've covered that part of the background to this recording work.
Life without boundaries.
Well, yeah, it's very true. I must admit. Yeah.
At some point in there,
Go on, let's get a question. Go on,
Hooky was invited to join Killing Joke. Is that right?
He's always. It can always be part of Killing Joke. Whenever
I was formally invited.
Whenever you falls out with me, Peter can always step in. Like
that night when we were, oh my God, we were in such a mess. that last night, and I remember you saying to me, "I'm going to go and tell Youth."
Oh God!
And you went and told him, and then you had to phone me up and say, "Okay, I told Youth you were joining, and he's come back." You said to me, and I went, "You bastard." You told me you were going to fucking write off, that you were fucking sick of him and all this lot, and I was all set up ready to come in, and then you phoned me up and said, "Oh, as soon as I mentioned you, he came straight back." And I was like,
"You could always have a mood swing, you know I'm a mad bastard, so don't push your luck, right?"
Hey, listen, you know what?
I'm not on good terms with Youth at the moment. We had a bit of a fallout. We're okay now, but if you push it that way, anything could happen.
Well, no, don't worry. Hey, listen, I would play with you anytime, and
you know what?
I mean that in every sense of the
you need to get back on the road, Hooky. You need to go back on the road. You need a 120-day tour.
Well, I mean, it's only coronavirus that stopped me, mate. So
I know, but when are you going to take the? Are you going to? Have you had your vaccine?
I have. I've had one.
You have.
I have. I've had one. Yeah.
Which one did you have? The Pfizer one.
AstraZeneca.
Oh, great. Kickstarting transhumanism. I love it. Huh?
Well, that's life, isn't it? If it means I can hug my grandkid, then that'll make me...
Listen, don't worry about it. Listen, the Y chromosome that separates men from women is being depleted now. So however you look at it, men like Hooky and myself aren't going to be in the future. And I'm serious about that. It's all going to be people like... Everyone's going to look like Marilyn Manson. You're going to have a dick that you stick into yourself like that. And there's going to be unisex toilets.
That's why you moved
to the fucking future, mate. And I'm out of there by then. I want to go somewhere else by then. I don't want to fucking see all that
shit. How's Mexico faring?
Well, there's 200,000 deaths we've had so far. Oh. If you go into a hospital, you're brown bread, mate. It's a one-way journey. Hey, yeah. So if you get ill, and I had a fucking bad coronavirus, man, bad. And then not only that, I had like about 5 other fucking illnesses come with the fucking coronavirus, right? So I was really bad, and then they're thinking, oh, hospital, you're going to die if you go there. So I was going to spend, 20 grand on getting the ventilator and everything fucking shifted.
Why not, eh? You can't take it with you, can you?
So anyway, I got through it, but my sense of smell is gone, which is good when I consider I've got to do some gigs with certain smelly members of the band. Like the scent is gone. That's what I'm noticing. It's taken me ages to. It's the first time in my life where I've had a doctor say to me, "You got to put on weight, geezer. You can eat anything you like, right?" And so I'm just pigging out. I'm just a bit skinny at the moment because of all the illness and everything. So, but yeah, I'm good now. I'm in robust health, and I'll be going back to the gym. As you last time we saw each other was at the. I was heading to the gym.
Yeah, I'm still doing 3 10Ks a week.
Yeah, so. I've got to get back up there. I've had a bit of a break from all that, but I will before I start touring and all that shit again and conducting. I've got concerts in Russia where I'm conducting in front of the president. That's scary shit, man. Fantastic. When I do it, I always know why I got out of classical music because it's so fucking horrible. Classical music.
You know what, mate? I must say that you were when you were telling me about doing those Rolling Stones classical. Do you remember that? A long time ago.
Ages ago. God, fuck me. I was in my 30s then.
Yeah, you were leading the way. Now everybody's bloody doing it. It was you.
Yeah, I'm a maestro now. I
I
conduct
used to take the piss out of him again, and here's me now in front of 2 fucking orchestras.
You do Hacienda Classical, don't you? Yeah.
Hacienda Classical and Joy Division Classical, yeah.
Have they done that?
Yeah, we've done it. Yeah, we've done it.
Is it good?
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I mean, bringing, and I know why you did it now. But again, it's that thing that you have to experience it to feel the depth of emotion that you can bring out. And, you know, when you think about us, 4 players on a stage, yeah, the emotion and the sort of hysteria that can concoct. And then you realize that 74 people really relate to it. The Hacienda playing it. I never thought dance music would work with an orchestra, but fuck me, they gone mental.
I know, it works great, yeah. Hey, I was thinking, we did a Tool tour, and the one thing I found it hard sitting to their concerts, to be honest. It's too cerebral for me. But the one thing I found interesting was how they've got out of like the pop format, you know, of like introduction, verse, chorus, development section, outro. You know, what I like is that Tool have taken pieces of music and they're 15 minutes long now. And the singer, he only sings like 4 minutes and he fucks off. I thought that's a great idea, right? Fuck, I wish
you write the score.
He sings about, Maynard, he sings about 5 minutes. And then he does a bit of a dance and then he just fucks off. Hey, I'm thinking, they're playing for about 15 minutes. They're playing 15 minutes. I'm thinking, hey, there's something in this. Hey, I could be having a good time.
So tell me this, do you write the scores?
Huh?
Do you write the scores?
Scores?
Yeah, you know, for the orchestra.
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, all the time. That's what I do. You know, the thing is with classical music, I do concertos. They're played once in front of an audience of fucking 1,000 people. You'd never hear it again. I've done loads. Do you know? I've got enough music. So when I died, there's a new album for 33 years.
Wow.
I've done that much music. And I'll tell you something about Geordie Walker and me, right? We signed one of these fucking contracts in the 70s that you never get out of. No one's ever lived long enough to get...
Well done.
Hey, I've got to tell you about this fucking contract. No one's ever lived long enough to fucking finish one of these motherfucking contracts they used to do in the 70s. And Walker and me, we signed one of those. Well, you know what? We've done 900 published works. We got out of one of these contracts. They said, no one's ever got out of these contracts. How did you do it? I said, we keep going. Walker and me, we just fucking keep going.
I mean, it is unbelievable. I've got a management contract that I finally lose when I'm 79.
I never had a management contract.
79.
I've never signed one management contract. Pete, I've never signed one management contract in my life, not even with Jaz Coleman.
I only signed one, and it's lasting me till I'm 79. Poor bugger's been, the manager's been dead 20 years.
I was going to suggest we could like clip his wings, but as I know,
you don't have to. But anyway, never mind. So anyway, Andrew, over to you.
How did you?
Time for us to talk about this bleeding record.
Yeah, well, we might just run out of time on the Zoom, so we should fucking do it in the remaining 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, go on. What's your question?
How did you, end up finally in each other's loving embrace in a studio? How did it finally happen?
I think go on. Should I start? I'll start. Right.
Yes,
so you knew I had a studio, didn't you?
Yes.
I told you, and I think I'd suggested.
And we were coming up for a BBC session with Killing Joke to Manchester, and I remember that far. So take over, Peter.
Yeah, and I asked you, didn't I? Because I always wanted to play with Geordie as a bass player. I couldn't take or leave you, mate.
Yeah.
It's not Geordie. And I suggested it, and I never thought for one fucking minute that you would set me up on it. And when you turned up at my house with your bags, you had that female manager. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember the name.
Yeah. And I thought, bleeding hell, did they think I was serious? And of course, we went in the studio. We went in Sweet 16. We worked very hard, actually. You know,
we went non-stop until it was done.
Yeah, but do you remember the engineer? Do you remember the engineer?
Yeah, who is he still alive?
Yes, Mark Pennington. He's just got in real trouble in America. Actually, I had to help him out, which was nice. It was nice.
What happened to him?
Divorce.
Crikey, that bad.
Divorce in America, and he was stuck, and he needed help. So it was nice that we all were able.
Does he know about this record?
You know what? Fuck. I bet he doesn't. Because it was him that
send him the video.
Send him the video with Rex.
Did you put his name on the credits?
I put Rex on the credits, but I didn't put Mark Pennington.
He's gonna hate you forever.
Yeah, I know. But luckily I got him out.
Anyway.
So it might balance out. So yeah, so they turned up. It took me 3 weeks to get fucking rid of them. Basically. If there was one morning that I came down and Jazz wasn't in my it was I was like, that fuck, he managed to get in the bathroom every single morning, and we sat there like Lord Muck in my jacuzzi with a joint, and I'm like, oh, you bastard, he's done it again. He started setting me alarm clock to get me up so that I'd beat him, and fuck me if he wasn't there. I'm sure he was sleeping there all night.
And now I've got to tell people about Peter's jacuzzi at that old house. Like, hey, you know, when you go on tour and you go to 50,000 fucking hotel rooms, Peter collects all the shampoo bottles. He collects all the shampoo bottles, and what he does is he puts thousands of them into his jacuzzi. He's got a little pathway that goes through the fucking shampoos to get to the jacuzzi.
That's true, yeah. And I'll tell you what, you were never short of some bath bomb, though, were you? Not me, you used enough, you bastard.
Yeah.
I was like that going, where's that one from the Four Seasons?
Yeah, I nicked them. I nicked a fucking bag of them, Peter. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, that's what happened. And we went out to the Hacienda. I've got to say this. We had a great night at the Hacienda. And then we went to Peter's office. I've got to edit there. I've got to edit a few things there. And like, you know, we've got to like censor a few things there. We had a good time at his office. And then we went to the studio, as far as I can remember.
Yeah, no, straight to the studio.
Straight to the studio from the Hacienda. And you know what? But after it all got a bit hazy. You know,
but what did you think? I mean, listening to it now.
Oh, I love it.
You know what? What amazed me was how fucking good it was, because when I heard that you'd found the 3 tracks, and I'd not heard them since 1994, probably. Yeah. And I was thinking, oh my God, what are they like? I can't remember. You know, I just couldn't remember. And then when I heard them, I was so pleased.
Me too.
Because it really was something to be proud of.
Fucking touched me.
Yeah, it was an amazing thing. And the weird thing, as I said to you before, mate, was that everybody thinks we've just done it. And I'm like, oh, no, it was 27 fucking years ago. And they're going, it sounds great. It sounds great. And I'm thinking, fuck, well,
I can remember writing Remembrance Day with Peter. When we got to the vocals, I was thinking, well, this isn't about 11/11, the usual Remembrance Day, you know, where people read The Soldier from Rupert Brooks and all that kind of thing. It wasn't that. And I remember thinking at the time, what the fuck is this about? It's about a lot of people dying. A lot of people dying. And that I can remember having that singular thought. It's about a lot of people dying. And so when I heard it again, it was just like, God, and everyone's dying around me. You know, and they still are. I'm in Mexico, man.
Yeah, I know.
Man, it's fucking heavy. But you know, I love this president. We got the best lockdown here.
They are the most fantastic audience I've ever played.
Oh, but you're no kidding.
Mexico City.
I only played Mexico City once, and I came on the days.
Mate, wait till you get to Tijuana. We played in Tijuana. In this club that had no fucking windows. I had no fucking windows. The whole place was just open to the street, and it was the wildest audience ever. I mean, I must admit that Mexico has such a place in my heart, because when I started doing the Joy Division thing, and you know how difficult it is, if you went out as Killing Joke, you know, Jazz playing Killing Joke on you're always, the scrutiny and the wonderful love that people hold in.
Oh, you mean you went there with your son?
Yeah, I went there with my son as the last.
He's a fine lad. Yeah, I remember.
They really took this to their hearts, and you know, I was so nervous about doing it anyway, and to get there and have such a wonderful depth and warmth of feeling that you got in Mexico, it literally set us up for the fucking world.
No, it's beautiful.
Wow. Wonderful, wonderful audiences, and we've actually played there.
Awesome
so many times, yeah, and it's great. Awesome. And you know, it's funny, isn't it, that it's about one of those things, you know, celebrating our lives is, and that's what I love about this record, right? Because it is the celebration of our lives.
Yeah.
When we were really fucking celebrating, mate.
Yeah. and we've got an album ahead of us to do.
Well, I hope so. You know what? It would give me so much pleasure.
You know, we'll have a great time
again. But do we have to hide it for 27 years or?
No, not this time. No, we can't do that. But no, I've with the band, believe it or not, every time we were going to play Mexico City, it was cancelled until this last the 2018 tour, which we did, and then we went to South America, and we had such an awesome time here. I ended up finding someone I loved and marrying them. So I had the most incredible
I'm delighted for you.
Time here, and I'm still having a fucking every time.
You look very happy, I have to say.
It's the sunshine in this place, the colours of the country.
We're not listening again. Press the button. Do a Jackie Weaver, Andrew. Get him off if he mentions the sun again.
But you know, me, I've also got a lovely place in New Zealand, on the island off the coast of New Zealand.
Every time I've been to New Zealand, you promised you'd come and get me and take me there. You never did, you bastard.
No, but we can go there. The thing is, New Zealand, I can't. You can't take cigars in there anymore. And I like a cigar. You literally can't take cigars.
You can't buy them there. You can't buy them there.
You can't buy cigars over there. So you maximum you can take is 3 cigars there into this fucking.
Well, I will bring you 3 next time I come.
Safety Nazi zone. So no, New Zealand. I'm taking a break from New Zealand. I can go back when I like. I'm a Kiwi anyway. I changed the national anthem in that country, yeah. And they hated me at first, and they love me now, right? So like, and I'm on good terms with this Prime Minister. So good. Yeah. So, but I don't want to go down there because you know what? You die of boredom there. Hey.
Oh, I mean, it's
no friction.
A wonderful place to visit, isn't it? It's a wonderful place for me. Wonderful place to visit.
And you know what they call me? You know, Kiwis. They replaced the E for an I, so they call me Jaz. Jaz. Okay. And
I'm not even going to enter into that conversation.
Okay, we stop there.
I'll tell you what. Hang on a minute. Me and you are having too good a fucking time by half here. Andrew, is there anything we need to add? Is there anything we need to...
anything to say about the music whatsoever? I mean, it's a wonderful...
If we can do that, if we can do the Killing Division in 1-2 nights, I can't remember, it was blurry, whatever. It was a couple of nights we did it in. We're going to make a record that people will remember for the rest of their lives. It's going to be a masterpiece.
I mean, it's a great compliment to me, to 2 fantastic groups that changed the world. Come on, let's face it.
That's right.
Come together, even in a subtle way, when it is quite subtle, this, isn't it? You know, it's quite a subtle thing to do.
Beautiful music.
Do you remember the meeting we had at EG?
No.
Yeah, you took me, you and Geordie took me to EG to meet your manager. And we told him that we were forming a group, right? The 3 of us. And he said, well, what are you going to call yourselves? And you've never seen 3 blanker-looking bastards. I think we'd been in the Hard Rock Cafe down the road.
Oh, that's right.
And we'd gone in there and we were a little bit glazed, shall we say.
Yeah,
and he gave us homework. Your manager gave us homework. He said, I want all 3 of you to go off. He said, and think of a name for this new group.
Yeah, he's coming back now.
Yeah. And that was the last I ever heard from you.
Yeah.
And that was presumably the last you ever heard from me. And we all went back. You went back to Killing Joke. I went back to New Order. and we literally forgot about it. And it's funny now, we've got a name.
Yeah, and more than that, we're going to do an amazing masterpiece together, because the wonderful thing about this age, I don't know about you, but I find I can do things now that I couldn't do in my 20s. I can do amazing things with music and all sorts of things. I'm sure that's what Peter's a master now.
Yeah, I think it's about enjoying and being, I mean, you know, one of the things about being sober, I'm not going to go on about it too much, is that there comes a point when you do realize your own worth.
Yeah.
And that sometimes is something that you've hidden away from in many ways. And then, you know, the confidence, when I heard this, I thought, shit, we were really good then, but we never knew it. I never knew it.
Yeah, that's why I'm so.
It's a pretty good idea that we're both pretty good.
No, we just have to be in the same room together and we knock out masterpieces.
Connie planned to arrange it.
How
nuts was that?
Easy.
So how many days' work was this, or weeks? Did you say 3 weeks?
No, it wasn't, Peter. It was 2 nights in the studio. I remember that much. We had 2 nights.
Yeah, but don't forget, it was a little bit longer. I think we had a great time doing it.
You
right?
know what?
And I think it flew. I remember.
I can prove it, because I went straight from your place to Top of the Pops. So I'm gonna go and get the fucking home and count the days. Okay. And because before that we did the White Studio in the BBC in fucking in your town in Manchester. And then it's from there, I went from your place straight to the Top of the Pops to do Pandemonium. I think it was Pandemonium, yeah. That's right. So I'll count the days.
Go on then. But I still reckon that we worked really hard, actually, and we got 8 tracks together. And the one I remember most was me saying to you that I've always wanted to use the bass line from Nancy Sinatra's "These Boots Were Made for Walking."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, boom, 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 doom, doom, and we fucking wrote a track that had it in.
It's lost on me.
And that is one of the ones that we lost. And I'm still heartbroken. So we've got to do that first, mate. You've got to promise me that when
long instrumentals, we need to do long instrumentals, and it's got.
I'm happy with that. I'm absolutely.
It's got to rock the house still, because I like seeing people dancing.
Well, I mean, hey, listen, I think we've still got a few years left, haven't we? So tell me this: how is Geordie? Have you spoke to him?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
No, Geordie's great. He'd probably be tying flies. He's living in Prague at the moment.
Oh, nice.
Wife, he's good. You know, like he lives a different life to you and me.
Right. What you mean? Oh, he's on the other end of the spectrum.
See.
Good for him. I have to admire it. I've got several friends that still burn the candle at both ends, and I'm very proud of them. Yeah.
I mean, I think he reserves it just for us when we're on tour, because his missus don't allow him to do nothing at home. So when he comes on tour with us, Geordie has a party. He has a great time. What can I say?
And I've been to a few of Geordie's parties, as we heard earlier, and I can vouch for their credentials.
Yeah. Call me old-fashioned, but no, I'm not into that kind of thing.
Well, anyway. It was funny. I remember him getting upset because me and you were laughing. That's what I remember. We were on the bed in that hotel room, me and you laughing, and he didn't like it.
Hey, what's that hotel that you like in Holland Park that you like to go to?
Oh my God, it was the Columbia.
No, that's our hotel. Your hotel. There's a posh one, the other end in Holland Park. What was it called again?
There's a Hilton there, isn't there?
What was it called again? Really super posh, 5-star shit. Not the Columbia.
Rob Gretton always used to insist on us staying there, didn't he? He wasted all our money on hotel.
It was, well, I used to think,
a great time.
He likes
all this lot used to come and visit, and we couldn't afford to drink, could we? So expensive these hotels, you couldn't afford to buy a
Oh,
pocket.
I know. You go there for like a poached egg
Four
on
mineral
toast.
waters.
It's
4
28 quid for poached
Yeah,
egg
yeah,
on
yeah.
toast,
Oh,
motherfucker.
halcyon.
Halcyon. That's
Oh,
where you used to go,
whoa.
motherfucker. We'd be at the Columbia, which is like
Yes. And I
no
used to go
star.
and join you in the bar, of course. Stay there, bloody Mark Almond, everybody was there, weren't they? All your roadies.
Mark Almond, yeah, always there, always at the Columbia.
roadies, all them lot.
Fuck yeah, you got a good memory for that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
yeah.
right.
Richard
What was it?
Jobson, I remember him being there as well.
Robbo, yeah, he used to be there.
Yeah, great days, mate.
Yeah, great
Oh,
day.
at the Columbia. Whoa.
Columbia, oh man.
Everybody used to meet there. The punks used to go there.
Yeah, all night bar.
All night bar.
Mm.
Still is. You know,
Oh, yeah,
I've got my own room in the Columbia. I've got my own fucking room there. Hey, I've got.
The last time I was in the Columbia, I got kicked out. I couldn't speak at reception. I went to reception and I said, and she was going, "Can I help you?" And I was like, she got security and threw me out. I had to sleep on the bench outside. Oh, the Columbia! They threw me out of the Columbia. Can you believe?
Hey, I don't know anyone who's been thrown out the Columbia. It's always impossible.
Yeah.
The scum that go there. Yeah, people like us, really.
Right, so come on, Andrew, finish it off.
Go on.
5
Well,
minutes.
if you're going to make this album, shall I fuck off and you get on with it? How about it?
But you should come to the mix of it, because I know it's going to be something really, really special. Because if we've got time to do a bit of prep, and we're sober these days, well, two of us are. Anyway, I think it'll be out of this fucking world, man. Nothing less.
Well, it's such a pleasure to hear you say it. It really is. It's really nice. Thank you for that.
And then we go on tour.
Look out.
Oh, you know,
I think I just saw my wife shiver. I can see her. She's like that upstairs going, someone's just walked over my grave.
He said 120 days of...
Yeah, you know, it gives me such joy to see you and like marching.
Yeah, and it's lovely to see you happy, mate.
Fucking gym. I'll be going to the gym every day soon. You keep me healthy. I'm so proud to be that this has all happened. Like,
be in touch, man.
I'm a religious
and
man.
we'll sort it out. I mean, I know this is such an awful time because you can talk about anything, but you can't plan anything. It's just awful.
Oh, I don't care about that. There's always a way. No, we go on a private jet. I found a way out to do all this. Right?
Who's going to pay for that?
Listen to me. There's a company called Private Flight, and the way they do it is they have a paying passenger that goes this way, and then they've got an empty plane that comes back this way. And for like very, very small amounts of money, what you can do is if you give them like a 10-day like window period, you can now like flying like this is quite economical, you know, for like 4 or 5.
I can see why you've moved to Mexico.
Oh, it's fucking great.
God, I know it is. It's great. But it's
The
been
food,
wonderful.
the food, I like the colour. It's for me, it's not being in the heat. It's just bright colours after the fucking misery of England.
I love the people.
By the time I formed a band with Killinger, I just knew I wanted out of that country. I mean, I love the people. I love the tea, the sense of humour.
We did very well, didn't we? We did very well. We managed to stay out of England for a long, long time, didn't we?
That's right. That's
yeah.
right.
God.
Yeah. But,
I mean, let's face it, we'd even be out of it now.
Wow.
Well,
why do you stay there? Why do you stay there?
Why do I stay here? Probably because of my kids, really. Yeah,
your kids have grown up. They're not children.
I know, but isn't it funny that I was just saying about looking at Andrew's pictures at the back here, and I've got the same pictures. How old are your kids, Andrew?
Well, they're 11 and 14, so I've got
Well,
way before I can...
The worst is all before you.
Worst is 29, and I've still got all the kids' pictures here.
Yeah. I mean, I remember Peter's boy, he was just so lucky. He was a whippersnapper when we did that. Really. Yeah. He's turned into a fine gentleman. He's filling me in on all the things you've been up to when I saw him.
Well, I mean, he's actually, in many ways, I shouldn't tell you this, he's probably a better bass player than me.
It's not about being good, it's about being original, Peter.
Yeah, I know.
Who plays like...
He's a great bass player, though, which is weird. You know, he plays for the Smashing Pumpkins.
Does he?
Yeah, he's a bass player for the Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, fucking, you must be so proud.
Yeah, it's true. I'm very proud, actually. Yeah, but it's really weird because I'm sat here miserable, and he's sat at home miserable as well.
Is that right?
The same bloody job, haven't we? You know what I mean?
Because of the coronavirus thing.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's lost all his gigs with Billy. I've lost all mine. Same as you. You know.
Yeah, but I'm having a good time because we did so many. I'm fucking taking a break. Oh, can you just?
I bet that break was like mine, wasn't it? 39 years overdue.
We don't stop. I've done like thousands and thousands of gigs with Killing Joe. I can't even count.
39 years overdue, was it?
Yeah.
Scary, isn't it?
Yeah, but I like the concerts. I like the being on the road still.
I do. Yeah,
the lifestyle.
I love
still
the adrenaline. Yeah,
love it.
I mean, we are hopelessly addicted.
Oh, it's a great
the
life.
affirmation that comes with it. I was talking to Clint Boone out of the Inspiral Carpets the other day, and he was saying the same as you. You know, he was just saying, "Oh, it's been great not gigging because I've been able to, you know, see the wife, see the kids, sort all the shit out in the garage, all this crap." And then he says, "But you know, I'm missing something." And I said, "I know what it is. It's the affirmation of why you did it in the first place and why you still do it now. And that is the thing you join in with the audience. It's that affirmation that we're all still here. We all love what we do. And that's what he's missing. I'm missing it. And Brett, you're missing it as well."
Yeah, I do miss it. But I know one thing is like there's no gigs this year. There's going to be no gigs this year. But I was told yesterday that I'm on tour from the end of March to end of April. So next year. But then I was told that like 22 and 23 are going to be massive gigging years. And I think what it's going to be like after people they've been indoors, psychologically, they're not in a good place and everything. I think the mosh pits are going to be fucking heaving.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, it'll be me and you in them.
I love jumping in every now and then. You know. Oh.
And on that happy note, I'm going to bed, boys. It's been wonderful to see you.
Get your rest.
Really
Get your rest. Ready for the mosh pit.
Truly marvelous.
I have to get my beauty sleep these days. I'm telling you.
Yeah, of course you do. Me, I don't. I'm a type 1 and a type 2 insomnia. So that means I don't sleep.
No, not at all.
A few hours.
Like Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah, I'm one of those. But I get more hours of the day than other human beings. So, like, I'm capable of so much more.
You always struck me as a Duracell bunny. We used to say that as Joy Division. Here he is, the fucking Duracell bunny.
Duracell.
Going round, fucking here, fucking there. What's fucking going on like that? Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, amazing. Who loves you?
Man, you take care of yourself.
God bless. Hey, this will be over this year. But I'm coming to the UK. God willing, I'm coming this summertime to see my mum.
Thank fuck you don't know my address.
And I don't know your address, but if we can get there, I'm coming to see you.
I've got
the edge. Alderley edge. Let's just.
I've got no jacuzzi now.
No, I know you haven't. I don't worry about the jacuzzi.
You have to bring your own. Bring your own. He's gone. See you later, man.
All right. Cheers, Peter.
And you take care of yourself.
God bless
that was
you,
wild, wasn't it? What a great
laugh, man.
Fantastic.
I'll just shut the fuck up and just let you go, mate.
Take care.
I don't want to hear me fucking talking about the synth sound, do they, man?
Good night. God bless.
Love you, man. Cheers. Thank you. Bye now.